Successful and influential professional wrestlers in the history of the sport before retiring from the ring in 2003. His name is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and this month he returns with an all-new season of Straight Up Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold joins me now with more. And Austin 316 says, I'm about to interview Steve Austin. Good morning to you, Steve. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
All right, yeah. You got any Steve Weisers over there with you this morning?
Man, it's a little bit early because I'm on a different time zone, but there will be this evening.
You're gonna have some Steve Weisers this evening. So let's get right into your show. Let's talk about it. Season 2 of the show, Straight Up Steve Austin. Tell us a little bit about it and how you even came to be. I guess you got to be excited that you're in season 2, but how you came to come up with this whole concept.
Man, I'd like to brag and say that I came up with the concept, but I guess people over at USA Network thought about it, and they said, hey, man, maybe Steve Austin would be good at hosting this show, and they gave me a call, and we shot a pilot, and we shot season 1, and it did really great in the ratings. So, we follow Monday Night Raw, and this season is season 2, and we started 11/10 Central right after Monday Night Raw. And if you didn't see season 1, basically what Straight Up Steve Austin is it's a talk show that's action, adrenaline oriented. And I take my guests on a ride, and there's going to be an adrenaline factor. There might be some competition. We're going to do an activity, and we'll bond over these activities, and we'll talk about, their road to success, some of the hard times that they went through as I get to know them and shine a light, on their career and what they stand for. And I have a blast doing this. And I told the cast and everybody, I said, hey, if we're not having fun making this show, we're doing the wrong show. And so far, it's been an absolute blast.
All right. So what's the most interesting person or the most interesting conversation you've had so far?
Man, they're all interesting, and that's the truth. Everybody brings something different to the table, whether it's a personality, a vibe, or their background. And each person has worked their ass off to, reach the level of success that they have. And I tap into that and I get their story. And, the show's all about them, but it's a two-way conversation. So it's a good time. And every single guest has something that's extremely interesting. And that's what I find out about them.
All right. So, Steve, you're doing the talk show thing. Oh, not the talk show, the TV show thing where you're having conversations. You've done wrestling. You've been one of the best that ever did wrestling. You've done the Expendables. You've been on the big screen. What is it that fuels Stone Cold Steve Austin to keep going and do all these different things and sometimes some new things?
Man, you always got to stay busy. I mean, if not always busy, you have to work. And that's just the way that we were brought up in South Texas, work and don't, go out there and work. And even though I retired from the wrestling business, like you said, in 2003, I fiddled around for a little while and wasted some time. And I said, hey, you might want to get out to LA and kind of capitalize on the name you built back in the day. And I fiddled around with a little bit of acting and found hosting, and that was my calling. I enjoy the ad-lib aspect of it. I don't have to remember anything, and I'm just playing off someone and trying to get their story. So I fell into basically, the perfect line of work for me, and it's something that, hey man, when we get a chance to go to work, I'm having a blast, and I hope that fun comes through the screen and everybody feels it because, I'm like a kid in a candy store, man. I couldn't ask for a better job.
Yeah. Well, Steve, you're doing a great job, as you did with wrestling and all the other things you're doing. So we appreciate you joining us this morning. Straight Up Steve Austin. We appreciate Austin 316 says, I just interviewed Stone Cold Steve Austin. So thank you, sir. Take care.